Okay, so guys, my name is Arman Dubey. You guys know me better as Annihilator, and I'm a day-to-day streamer who's also a student of Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Communication. And I'm currently 19 years old, and I hope you guys enjoy this interview.
Hi, so before we dive into this video, I just want to tell you about the giveaway we are doing. So we are giving away a Razer Deathheiler Essential Gaming Mouse. If you want to enter the giveaway, just subscribe to our channel and leave your Instagram handle in the trailer of Kid Good with 19. I'll put the link in the description, and yeah, winners will be announced 24 hours after our last episode's air. Alright, hope you win. Hi, I'm Nighton, and you're watching Kid Good with 19. Today we have Iron So, आज क्या हम अली से बात कर रहे हैं या इनहाइलेटर से?
I think Annihilator and Arman, a mix of both.
We are talking with a mix of both. So, what do I call you then?
I think Arman is fine.
Iron is fine. We're rolling with Iron. I'm rolling with Nighton. Nighton was my first gamer tag that I never grew over. So अभी तक वही चल रहा है. I remember सब कहते हैं हमारा पहला Xbox पे जो gamer tag था बहुत cringe था. मेरा नहीं है bros, मेरा cool है. अभी भी मैं roll कर रहा हूँ उस पे. Okay, enough about me. Arman, what was the first game that you played? And
First game. Okay, so there was this time where we had GTA Vice City and San Andreas, obviously. So I had collected all of the money that I got on Diwali and different occasions, and I bought my first PS2 in 2010. And I think GTA San Andreas was the first game that I ever played, and I kept playing it for 4 years. After which I realized that we have to do missions. So it was like a free roam program.
Okay, so तुम 4 साल तक क्या कर रहे थे?
I used to kill people. That's all.
And you were underage at that time.
Yeah.
Right. And you were killing people. Okay, that's for anyone who is underage and watching this. Note that if you're coming on a public interview, don't say this that you were killing people when you were underage in GTA. So how did that go from streaming? What are you doing now?
Okay, so after PS2, I went with the PS3, and honestly, I was never into academics. Like, not that I couldn't do academics, I just didn't want to because there was no point. So when I had my PS4, a friend of mine started streaming, and I got a new internet. So I think it was amidst my boards. My board started on 2nd March 2019, and on 4th March I got a new internet. So a friend and me had a bet that whose internet is better. So both of us started streaming, and we were like, वैसे भी कोई नहीं देख रहा तो कब भी कोई नहीं देखेगा. So it started like this, and then I used to get my PS4 for like 2 hours a day every day. So boards के time it was a detox for me. So I used to stream every day. This started, and then suddenly when you have that whole 3-month period where you have to find a college, you don't have anything to do. So tabhi it became a schedule. And with everything that going on well, in November I got rated by the Ronnie Games. He's a big YouTuber. He has like 6 million subscribers. So he rated me, and like my reaction was really good because I was actually eating my food. So my reaction was, मेरे मुंह से रायता निकल गया, which was actually what happened because I had like 1,000 viewers and 200 subscribers. So that's how it all began, and I got my motivation to stream.
What year was all that?
That was 2019, all of it.
2019. And now in 2021 starting you're riding with almost 5k subs.
Yeah, luckily.
Dude. So in the world of esports, which you're playing right now, Valorant and Fortnite, there's a thin line between an entertainer and a streamer and a professional esports player. So how do you divide that line, and which side do you consider yourself to be?
See, I have always been the kind who has not been able to concentrate on one thing for a long period of time. So I think I consider myself an entertainer because to become an esports player, you have to give up variety streaming, and I cannot because variety stream. I want people to come on the stream for me, not for a particular game. That's my main goal that I'm hoping to achieve this year.
I see. So अभी तुम क्या stream कर रहे हो, and what's like the future?
So I'm streaming Valorant right now. I've given up on Fortnite, and I have Valorant, I have Minecraft. I'm also willing to get into GTA as my subscribers have requested me a lot. I'm also like wanting to engage into more in real life stuff, vlogs and all.
And what makes you shift from one game to another?
I mean, I think because once like in Fortnite I was there for a long time, just Fortnite. When I was a console streamer, I did not have a lot of scope. So when I was streaming Fortnite, there was a lot of toxicity because people want you to like I just used to play for fun. I was a content creator, not a professional player. So people used to hate on me that you're playing Fortnite for so long, you stream Fortnite every day, and they build a certain amount of expectations where they want you to perform. And it's not like I did not give it my all. I just did not want to perform. I just wanted to play it for fun. And as soon as it stopped being fun and more competitive, I shifted to Valorant.
So it's basically that you want to have fun rather than perform well. I see, I see. तो जो गेम ज़्यादा मजेदार आएगी
Exactly, because like when you have 6 hours and you can spend it for 3 games, why spend 6 hours on one game where you know do not have a certain future? And as a streamer, you have to be a variety streamer.
So are you going to stream just multiplayer games or you want to venture into the single player stuff as well?
I might, but since the most awaited single player game was a huge flop, Cyberpunk 2077. So I got it, I got the game, but it was full of bugs, so I did not pursue it. But I'll probably go with Hitman 3.
We're going to observe 1 minute of silence for Cyberpunk. Please look into the camera and bow your head. Please, this is not funny. I was waiting for Cyberpunk since I was underage as well.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. And Cyberpunk's failed homosexual prostitution. That has blurred my eyes and I should not have seen that. I cannot get that memory out of my head now. Alright. So, in the last few years, especially with the COVID and shit, the gaming and streaming industry has got a boom. So many launches have come aboard and so many streamers have come aboard. Do you think it's a good thing for an established streamer or do you think it's a bad thing?
See, for an established streamer, it's obviously a good thing because people will be focusing more on the esports industry. And as we all know, like during the lockdown and COVID, all the industries got affected except for streaming at all. Like I myself started earning from my PC through YouTube and a lot of other sources in March when the lockdown began. So that gave me more time to introspect and decide about my future and to do like plan accordingly. Like when do I made a goal for December to buy my PC and I already had it in October. So the COVID helped me a lot. And if you plan it well, it will go well. But if you were, because there are a lot of people who will just start streaming because they were bored in the lockdown. They'll not be continuing when the lockdown gets over, when the colleges start. They'll not be continuing for sure. So if you're dedicated and you know how to rule out your content, it should not be a problem for you.
So, as you're saying that some streamers were just here for the COVID and lockdown.
Yeah.
Do you think a majority of viewers were also here for COVID and lockdown and as soon as this is over, they'll also go away?
Maybe or maybe not, but that way you can you can take out the disloyal subscribers. And another thing is that when sitting and playing for 6 hours straight in lockdown is not difficult because that's a regular schedule for every one of us. But when you're working and when you have college, like I go to college at 6 in the morning and leave for college at 6 in the morning, and I come back at 6 in the evening. And I still used to, when I was about to get monetized, I used to stream for 6 hours straight every day. And that is not an easy task because my college is 2 hours one way from my place.
Which college are you
going
to? Webs.
Yeah. So I live in East of Kailash, in Webs, it's like a 2-hour road. Even if you go by road or you take a metro, it's the same. So that's the real task, like where you have to organize your time accordingly.
So do you think after getting monetized, that जो इतना struggle था, जो इतना लंबा तुम्हें stream करना था, that has gotten a bit easier और क्या अभी भी उतना ज़्यादा ही चल रहा है?
See, I personally find myself to be like I'm not an introvert or an extrovert. I'm an ambivert. Like I talk to people when I feel like it and when it's needed. So when I'm streaming, I like to interact. Like I like interacting with the chat more than playing a game. So for me, streaming is like recently I had started a thing where online classes were going on. I used to do 12-hour streams on weekends. So for 12 hours straight, people usually do 12-hour stream where they sleep in the middle. They're showing that on stream. But I used to stretch the whole 12 hours. I used to sit there. So the main part that I focus is on interaction and not anything else.
Okay, is interaction the only thing that has led you to success of your YouTube channel?
Yes, because recently, if you know, a guy popped up named Mr. Random.
Yes.
Who did 1 lakh. So what happened was that guy came to one of my 12-hour streams when I was 10 hours 30 minutes down. And I was really tired, so he came and he was like, I got like 5,000 donations that day. So he was like, can I donate you 9999? I thought it was a prank. He donated 100 rupees. And I was like, please don't. I was just joking. I said, please don't. I don't like odd figures. I want it to be rounded off. And he seriously donated 4 times 9, 9999, and he said, let's ruin the round figure. And I did not know that a video was being made. This happened back in October, and the video came out in December. So that was a huge thing for me because that was my first such a huge donation. Then he even donated 5,001 more to round it off. And then when I talked to him first, I thought it was luck because everybody does. Then I talked to him and he said it was not luck. He had come to my stream when I was, I think I had already been 5 to 6 hours in the stream and I was having a low watching. So he came in the stream and he talked to me. He said I came from an alternative ID, I came from original ID. And I loved how even when you had low watching, you interacted to me with such enthusiasm. So that's why he came to my stream and chose to donate. Well, because like 15,000 is a huge amount. Even if you donate to Cariminati, he'll be paying attention to you for sure. So he featured me in the video along with Mithpat, Traded Insan, and a lot of more streamers, which was a huge thing for me because that also, like, how do I say this, expanded my viewers to a general audience. Because Mr. Random was not based on some game, it was based on money, and money is everybody's interest, obviously. So that also gave me like around 1,000 subscriber boost, and that helped me, expand my horizons and know like where am I going with my channel.
Do you get fan mails and stuff like that?
No, but recently I traveled to Kolkata this month, and there was this kid, and he came to me and he said, "तो भाई ये जो Traded Insan वाली video में थी, referring to Mr. Random's video." So that really felt amazing, and I have not had a lot of experience with all this, but I really hope I do, and not negative ones.
Then you'll have to wear a mask even when COVID is over.
Yeah.
So baaki chalna padega.
I hope that day comes.
So if you're going to back when COVID was not a thing, you were going to college for 12 hours, then you were streaming for 6 hours. Even right now your schedule is pretty busy.
Yeah.
How do you take your mind off some things?
Like currently, luckily all of my close friends in my group lives nearby, so we go on rides to detox and everything. So it's like I want to be streaming. It's not like I don't want to. I just need a 1 or 2 hour break in a day. That's all.
That's a very tiring schedule, don't you think so?
That is, but like when you're on your PC, it's not necessary that you're always training yourself. You can also sit on Discord, chill with your friends, and then you have roasting sessions in gamer lobbies.
Do you stream that stuff as well?
I do, but like sometimes you need some time off. Like sometimes you just need to focus on your mental health rather than chat. That's more important.
So, why are you studying right now? And is your future plan related to more of your study or what you're doing on YouTube?
Okay, so I'm currently studying, I'm a student of mass communication, and I'm planning to pursue masters in public relations and advertising. And the choice being because I like socializing firstly. Secondly, streaming is also kind of public relations and advertising. If you like, it's kind of an experience, not the cliche one, but it's an experience. And I want to freelance in public relations and advertising, and also give time to my streaming because in COVID, there's one thing that has been taught, that you cannot have a single source of income in any way. You have to have totally unrelated source of income to survive.
So, coming back to a point of donations. Right now, all the donations are coming in cash. So, what do you think in the future? Can we go to a future where donations are coming in cryptos or donations are coming in kind, like if I like your videos, I'll send you a GPU or something? Do you think that's acceptable or that's intrusive to your life? I do not use crypto, I think it's drug money. So, but someone is sending me and involving me in their drug plans. What do you think about that?
Just about crypto, I'm not very well informed. I was planning to invest in XRP, but I did not because I was a bit double-minded. But considering you, like, I think the thing where the subscriber gives you something, I've already been there. Like, I posted a photo of my setup and I was like, all I'm missing is a keyboard because I had an anti-sports keyboard. So a subscriber of mine just DM'd me that, like, you can buy this keyboard, I'm sponsoring it, and he bought me a 60% keyboard, which was a huge thing. And my mic is also semi-sponsored by my subscribers.
What about your merch? Show this.
Okay, so this was gifted by my cousin sister to me, and a relative of mine had gone to Bangalore. She lives in Bangalore, so she surprised me with this, and this is a huge thing because a merchandise at this level, Like this is a pretty well printed T-shirt. This is a huge thing, and I'm also thinking of maybe taking out my merchandise. I'm not sure. I have to
When
wait.
can we get the Annihilator merch then?
I think on when I hit 5,000 subscribers.
5,000. Guys, story se reh gaye hain. 5,000 and we are getting merch. Is this a promise?
I promise.
It is sealed, guys. Annihilator merch coming soon. You heard it here first. You heard it on Get Good with Mike. Annihilator merch coming soon. तुम्हारी जो जर्नी अभी स्ट्रीमिंग में थी, जो what I heard it was like full of ups and downs and stuff like that. If someone wants to get into streaming right now, what's your one advice that you'd give to them?
See, my first advice is that don't do it if you're bored. Like, and because you'll be, and because you'll be spoiling the viewer base of the people who are really wanting to make a living out of it. And for those people who are young, and if you're 14 or 15, you guys can focus on your studies and on your streaming because that's the right age to start. I'm still very young for streaming actually because I'm about to turn 20 and that is also a young age. But to get into streaming, the basic age you need is at least I think 14 to 15 because you need to have a basic sense. And YouTube also does not allow you to stream if you're below 30. And you have to find a perfect balance where you can balance your schedule, your family time, your academics and everything else. Academics is not to be left out. That's very clear from my side.
So, your academics are also in mass communication, right?
Yeah.
And your YouTube is kind of a form of a mass communication. Do you think your college helps your YouTube or vice versa? Or is it like totally unrelated and not?
My college teachers are actually very supportive. Like once I talked to a teacher about this that I'll be taking it off because I have to stream and everything. And she was pretty supportive. She was like, hand me an application and I deal with it. So my college and like they're also very interested. Like yesterday when I was attending my online class, I had to switch on my camera. So they were very, like they were asking very genuinely, like, is that a streaming setup and everything. So I think it's related somehow.
Guys, I missed out college, I dropped out. Don't do that. Be like Harriman hai. So, I want to talk about COVID and how that affected your family and streaming. Because जहाँ तक मुझे पता है, you're streaming from your home, and when that you're streaming in an environment, that environment has a lot of effect on you. So, how did that change for you?
Okay, so my parents were very supportive, especially because I started after 12th. They were pretty supportive, and so I'll tell you the most, like how do I say, most heartening experience that I had with streaming and my family correlated. Okay, so on 19th October, my dad was tested positive for COVID, and then on 20th my mother. So on 22nd, his pulse dropped a lot, so we had to admit him to the hospital. And to ensure my grandmother's, my paternal grandmother, my Dadi's safety, we got her testing. She was negative and sent her to her chachu's home in West Delhi. So my dad was over there, my Dadi was over there. Everything was fine for the whole 6 days. We used to talk to our dad through the ICU attendance video call every day. So on 29th October, we talked to my Dadi in the morning. Everything was fine. At night, at 11:30, we got a call from my chachi, and she says that my Dadi is no more. She passed away to a sudden heart attack. And my Dadi and my Papa were really close. We used to sit in the same room after my dad came home from the office. She was a single mother from the start. They were really hard bonded. And imagine the situation where my mother was positive. She was isolated in our room. My dad was in the hospital. The doctor said not to tell him when she was everything to him. My doctor told us not to tell him. And next day, me and my sister had to do all of the last rites alone ourselves. It was honestly mentally very stressing, and even I still don't know what was the toll that was taken, and I couldn't get in touch with my emotions obviously because I had to stay strong for my dad and for my family. After that, when my dad came home, he came home on 8th or 9th November, almost after 2 weeks. And when he came back, we told him about this. I did not stream this whole while. When he was admitted in the hospital, तब से लेके उस तक I did not stream. I wanted, it was like, how do I say this? It was my belief that I'll only stream when he gets well. So, he came back from the hospital, and we have a pet, beautiful pet named Tuti. She's a female dog. So my dad said, पहले set a chair at the door. I'll sit, I'll meet her, and then only I'll go home. Like I'll go inside. And like imagine the emotion that the dog has. She's a very hyperactive dog, only 2 years old. She's not even moved from one place when my dadi passed away and when my dad was in the hospital. She just knew. Don't know how, but she knew. And then after my dad got to know, he cried a lot. He's really strong, but not strong when it comes to my dad. Maybe that was how it was planned. My dad would not have been, able to perform her last rites. And then this happened. I did a stream. Like I did not do it for content at all. I just want my dad is also a socializer like me, so I wanted him to feel good because he feels good when he talks. So I made him sit on my stream. Him and my mother. Stayed when he came back home from the hospital. He sat, he talked, and I'm not kidding. That was the time when I realized that streaming is like the community I've built is extremely beautiful because they helped my father and my family get through so much. They gave me constant support when I talked to them that this has happened on Twitter and everything. I don't do it for sympathy. I just wanted to keep them informed that I'll not be streaming for this while. So they supported me so much. They supported my father, and my father is from that day till date. Whenever I have a special stream and I'm just chatting, they want my father there, and he's there. Like almost once, almost 3 times a month, my father is on the stream, and the support is insane because that time also they showed so much love and support to my dad and my mother. I'm not kidding. If I'm mentally sane right now, if I'm not depressed or anything else, it's because of my streaming family. It's because of what streaming is to me. It's like a therapy, and even for my family, it proved to be the escape from everything at that time.
Like your community is very important right now.
Very, very important.
Okay, so I think that's one more thing. Can you tell us about your manager? Because let me tell you guys. When I was scheduling all the people to get good with Nike, I encountered so many corporate managers and they were like, send us your office address, send us your Aadhaar card, send us your income tax return and everything. मैं कहा शादी थोड़ी ना हो रही है, मेरा रिश्ता थोड़ी ना हो रहा है. I'm just asking one of your content creators to get on board. And then there is an Alligator's manager. He's such a chill guy. He said, okay. I passed him on the details and he said, okay, Ani will be there. How did you come across such a man?
Okay, so in the Fortnite community, we have they are not exactly managers, but they are negotiators. They negotiate with the esports team about the wages, about the services you'll be provided with, and everything else. So I'm Gramanazi. So I found this guy. He's a pretty well-educated, well-learned guy. So he was like, yeah, I can manage you. When he spoke to me, I got to know that he's the guy because he was like, I don't know, you get a vibe, right? So that vibe clicked. So I was like, okay, you can manage me. And that guy was his name is Dethrone and his real name is Akash. And he's always there. Like whenever I text him or tag him in Discord or on Twitter, he's there to help. And I just told him that talk to Sarthak. He was there that very moment. He talked to you. And if I want somebody to handle my socials, my Twitter or my Instagram, I want it to be with proper punctuation and everything else. So that and his nature were the 2 reasons that I hired him.
Do you think your community and channel grew after getting a manager? Or would you recommend upcoming streamers who have just got so much support and built a community to get a manager or work on their own?
In starting, you have to work on your own. And he also, he did not help me with everything. Like, he helped me with, negotiating and getting people. Like, if I want an editor, he'll find me one. And everything like that. Like, he talked to you about this, he got the details. So you have to do everything on your own, and that person is totally different from your efforts. Or you can hire a content manager, that's different, but mine is not a content manager.
Let me tell you a story for why this Kid Good name is coming. So, when I came up with the idea of Kid Good with Nike, I was going to put up all the people that were coming to my show and against the Dark Souls boss and see who beat the boss quickest. Then I thought, let me do it, let me try how quickly I can beat the boss. I kid you not, guys, I came to work yesterday at 11. I sat in my office till 3 playing Dark Souls. I come here to work, but I was playing Dark Souls. Alright. And what's the most shameful part is that playing is a part of my job. I'm a gaming journalist And if there was a license to be a gaming journalist, and somebody saw me playing Dark Souls yesterday, my license would be revoked. But since nobody is saying and I don't have a license, it's chill. Okay, so the rules of getting good are simple. The longer you survive, the higher you are on the scoreboard. And the goal is to be on the top of the scoreboard when the season ends. Alright. Boss road. We are inside the boss road.
I'm a bit scared.
You should be. You should be scared from the Dark Souls boss. And he's coming. Then, oof.
Yeah, just die.
Dude, press X. Health guy. Press X quick.
Okay, X, okay. I confused it with the PS4 controller.
Okay.
I just have to survive the longest, right?
Yeah, you just have to survive.
I don't have to kill
You
it.
don't have to kill it. But you know,
I just-
offense is the best defense if you want to go down that route.
If I knew this game, I would.
We're already almost 1 minute in. On my first try, I went in for just 33 seconds and I was dead.
Okay, I'm there, I think. No,
Okay, you still have 2 health plus. If you just run around and consume health plus, you can go on way longer.
Did I finish my health fully?
No. So health bar is on the top left
Okay.
of the red bar.
Got it. Okay, now.
So you're done with all your health potions. And you just have 1 health bar left. Man's doing pretty good. We are over 1 minute and 30 seconds और अभी भी चल रही है. But the worst part is तुमने एक भी hit नहीं ली boss को यार. Okay, first hit on the boss and you're still alive.
2 hits.
Achievement in itself.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Why does he storm?
I mean, it's Dark Souls. What else do you expect? You're almost dead. Okay. Yeah. You are on 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 minutes 30 तक लेके जाना है.
230, okay.
230 तक लेके जाना है.
Okay.
Okay, you can do it. Just 15 seconds left out of that.
Oh, no.
You're done on just
2 minutes?
2:29.96. 0.04 of a second left. Can you see this? This is what bad luck is.
Now I'll go an annihilator to sign this and make it official. भले जो कल जब हम ऑफिस में आएंगे तो ये मिटा हुआ होगा, but still I'm gonna forge his signature then. That's it. 229. जो भी अब next guest आएंगे, they have to beat this score. Do you think they can beat this score? No, they can. You heard it from the man. They can. Okay, so that was it from the first episode of Get Good with 9 with the Annihilator. Bye bye.